more, because they have yet to face off against the full trifecta of the three supposed strongest teams coming into this. And they are bottom 2 right now, so they need to rack up some wins to avoid going down to the lower division.
Wait, didn't Black and Yellow already play against EG? Or are you not counting
Yeah,
them?
they played against EG Undying, and Wildcard has played against all 3.
Okay, got it. Oh, so you mean they still have one left of the top 3 to play against?
That's right, Cinderella.
Understood. So, sorry, I thought you said they hadn't played against any of them. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Not the full trifecta.
That is indeed what you said, which is, I mean, you were technically correct, so you know I love that. So I can't really say anything against it.
I know. I try to cater everything I do to you.
I know.
Which is probably a bad idea.
I have that effect on people. It's really nice. Actually, nobody cares except you. So that's why you're special. Anyway, Shannon, I love the Dire lineup. Can I just say that? I just want to play this lineup. I look at it, I see
Who would you play?
I don't know, Spirit Breaker or Weaver probably, or Grim. Yeah, one of those 3.
Okay.
I just love it because it has so many things going for it in this patch. I think Spirit Breaker and Weaver are 2 of the very strongest supports in this patch. Obviously, one of them not playing support here. They will put 0 on the offlane Spirit Breaker once again, which were great last game. I really like the lineup because there's a lot of what I think is very strong in this patch right now that this lineup has going for it. I think a lot of their heroes are great in lane. They have really strong team fight, insane value from itemization on Spirit Breaker, Ember, TA. The support Weaver is probably one of the highest damage 5s you can get. It gives a lot of information. It has different itemization paths that are good for this game. You can go for Ewells, you can go for the Ags, you can obviously get Urn, etc. So I just see a lot of positives for them. I think Wildcard Gaming's lineup has the potential to snowball off of the Storm and the Timber in particular. So I think it's really important for them that those 2 players get off to a good start. But yeah, I'm just seeing so many possible plays on the Dire. I really love their draft this game. This is probably my favorite draft I've seen from the NA region this season.
I don't think I've seen a better lineup for Inkswell. You
Yes.
can make an argument that the other 4 heroes are all amazing.
Yep.
With Inkswell.
They're all amazing, and the Grimstroke Silence is also amazing against multiple heroes on the Radiant. So that hero inherently just has crazy value. One of the best targets to throw Grimstroke Silence on in the whole game is Timbersaw when he's thrown out Chakram, because then he disarms himself and can't hit the Silence.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And he also can't hit the bug of Weaver then. So then he's both silenced and getting minus armor and can't deal with it himself whatsoever while taking all of the collateral damage that's coming out. It's really cool like that. The Silence is obviously good against Storm for a similar reason. It's good against Bane. So yeah, I have a lot of praises about the Dire lineup. Let's see if they can deliver. I know I'm painting this picture that, wow, it's a huge outpick. That's not really the picture I'm trying to paint here. It's more that in isolation, the Dire lineup to me looks really good. But the Radiant lineup has certain things going for it against it that could come to fruition, like the panel talked about Timbersaw against the quite heavily physical damage lineup with the Weaver and the TA, as well as, you know, Storm Spirit can always take over games if he snowballs from the beginning. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this one play out.
So we got word in between games, Cinderin, that Yves is actually pronounced Eve.
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 I was so ready for you to say wives, and I would have laughed so hard. But damn it.
If they had said that the correct pronunciation was wives, I would have ignored that message. I just want to let you know. But not give you the satisfaction. I'm fine with both of us being wrong. Feels right somehow. So Eve will be playing the Wraith King this time around. What do you think of the Wraith King matchup? I was going to see the Inkswell already, but a Nightmare looks... Ooh, actually will connect with that charge. Nice job taking that Nightmare off from the Grimstroke. I think everybody will survive down here. But thoughts on Wraith King in the current meta? Or just this game specifically, if you get to mid to late game?
I don't think Wraith King performs particularly well against TA, right? The hero is based largely around these single big attacks, and you're going to block them with Refraction. Sure, you've got skeletons, but that's not really reliable, especially late in the game. They can get killed by all sorts of stuff. Sleight of Fist, One Psyblade, Grimstroke's first spell. You know, there's tons of stuff that just wipes them out. Charge. So I definitely like TA in that particular matchup. I also think the panel might have been underselling how good TA is against Timber. I actually don't think that matchup is that bad. It's one of the few heroes that does so overwhelmingly physical damage they can kill the Timber, especially if he ever runs out of stacks. She can kill him really, really quickly together with Weaver. So, yeah, I see a lot of bright spots for TA in this game. Wraith King, to me, is really only good against Grimstroke in this lineup. I don't really like him against any other hero, so I'm a bit concerned.
But he does hit buildings.
He does.
And it's definitely something that they needed. See how that works out. So you said TA is theoretically good against Timbersaw, but how does Timbersaw do in this laning stage for Divide Llama? Because it feels like, based on the picture that you're painting, is Esk is going to end up applying some pressure to Shaggy. To the high ground he goes with Alex's help, but Jubei's on the high ground.
Nice counterplay here.
Put you ready in about 1 second. Don't know if he wants to pursue. We'll eat up that Remnant. There's a little bit of damage to Esk in the meantime. 3 heroes extremely low as Shaggy. Yep, they know that there's the ward here now. And Alex, okay, he's resigned to try to 1v1.
Sleight of fist.
As Lift and Fade Bolt. It's going to be quick. First blood goes the way of Alex. Rubik wins the duel. And Shaggy dishonored.
Oh, hello. Why did he walk into He wanted to protect the rune. Yeah, that was really nice stick usage there and a great bait coming out from Alex in that spot. If he doesn't use stick right, then he dies to Sleight of Fist. So clutch. TA against Timber. So in lane, I think Timber will be doing fine in terms of farm, but he also can't really prevent TA from getting hers, right? She has like damage advantage on him. She doesn't really care about Timber's spells because she can block them with Refraction. Even Chakram takes quite a while to get through that shield. So overall, I don't think this lane matchup is bad at all for TA. And, you know, they specifically picked it into it as well, right? So they knew that TA was going to likely lane against Timbersaw, and they feel very comfortable with grabbing it for that reason.
From Wildcard's perspective, as Alex is going to get pursued again from Jubei, we'll keep you out successfully, though. But how important is it for Divide Llama to get off to kind of a snowbally start? Because, I mean, Storm, it feels like, is always a hero you're relying on to try to pop off at some point. But you're talking about how Wraith King may be not the best game for him overall. Like, he can still get farmed and whatnot, but there pressure on Divide Llama to show kind of what he's shown
be a
before
kill.
on Timbersaw.
Lots of damage into
Sammy boy.
He can stick Nightmare. He's okay.
Nightmare. Eve is just farming away, just fine and dandy.
How important is Timber's snowball? I don't think he necessarily needs to snowball that hard, but he needs to... Like, he doesn't need to find kills in lane, he needs to find decent farm. I think the key item in this game for him is going to be Lotus Orb, so that either Lotus Orb or maybe even Eul's wouldn't be that bad. Then you can remove the Silence from the Grimstroke, you have something against Slight Chains, you have something against Charge. Having a Eul against Spirit Breaker is insanely high value, so I actually would like to see him pick that up, as I don't think anyone else in his lineup wants to buy it, right? So I think that would be an awesome purchase. Eul's Lotus, perhaps. But yeah, snowballing, not too crucial. He just needs to get farm, and it's okay. Shaggy, Nightmare.
He's level 5 right now. Yeah, we see the gank attempt here. Nightmare.
Nice.
Shaggy looks to be just fine, though.
Oh, the charge with it?
From the other side with the Ink Swell. Shaggy, not a whole lot of damage to follow it up with, though. As Esk zips away, he's getting pursued by 3 heroes. Still has a good amount of mana left with that Soul Ring available as well.
Yeah, nice nice zip there from Esk dodging the Phantom's Embrace.
Alex? Oh! Wand keeps him alive, just barely.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So Shaggy, 38-1 in that mid lane in terms of the CS, and Esk pretty close, 35-6. And would you consider this brother versus brother matchup kind of a wash in theory, or is there one here that has an advantage inherently?
I think it's slightly Storm favored in the beginning, but it usually ends up roughly even, I think. In this case, Esk has a slight advantage because of the first blood that they found, right? But it's not... Yeah, he only got the assist on that one, of course, but he was around for a little bit of it. Yeah, I would say overall this is going pretty much as expected, right? Storm is ahead by 200 gold from that assist on first blood, so we're standard.
Sammy Boy getting rid of a ward in the mid lane as he collects a little bit of XP for himself. And Eve, God, it's gonna take a while. The S needs to be deleted, honestly.
If he gets Manta, he has 3 wives.
Well, he's Mormon, all right, as Jubei is going to take a Chakram here. He'll be Shikuchuing away. Trying to create a little bit of havoc here, but Divine Llama doing exactly what Timbersaws do, just tanking the wave here, and it's going to be pretty hard to contest if you're black and yellow. And they try to pressure the bottom tower. It's just a Spirit Breaker right now, so not so much.
But all in all, right now, so the gold is basically neck and neck. Oh, Sam will back off here. They were considering going on Sammy there with a Phantom Base. I don't know if the audio quality of that voice line makes it better or worse. It actually just sounds like a $1
Generally,
Walmart
the worse it is, the better. That's why nobody bought yours, because it was so good, right?
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But
I think that's the theory that's you've been trying to paint.
now it is. You've inspired me.
Good. I give all the good ideas in this relationship, it seems. And the Llama now level 7.5.
Good charge.
I've seen Inkswell in the bot lane, 0. Gets off the Nether Strike as well, so gonna end up being an easy kill onto Sammy Boy. Well, not a ton of ways to pressure this tower right now, though.
Dire's
While top is still being pressured by Devi.
Yeah, I think, honestly, this game is going to be relatively quiet for the next 10 minutes. Like, there might be a kill here or there, but neither team really has the potential to go and push towers or take large-scale team fights. They want to itemize and just build up to something. Ember wants levels on the other side. Storm Spirit wants his first major item. Timbersaw wants levels. So both teams are kind of content with this stalemate for now. It's a very low kill game, 2 kills at 9.5 minutes, but can't say I'm too surprised. I think we're going to have less than 10 kills at like 20 minutes as well, but then things are going to start ramping up when both, especially when the Dire want to go for Roche, when TA has Deso, or maybe, I don't know, Rises might go Ags. I'm not sure what he's going to prioritize, but I think Deso would be nice here. And we'll see how they go from there.
The tier 1 tower was taken out in the top lane. And that means tower advantage is Wildcard Gaming for now. This is it feels like a pretty good Rubik game. A lot of good steal. Shikuchi is just got to be one of the favorites.
Yeah,
the Rubik players out there.
And you love playing Rubik
lot
against.
Of good stuff.
You love playing Rubik against. I would say, I don't know. It's decent against TA. Refraction can be a really nice steal. So can the traps. If you miss the Shikuchi steal on Weaver, the Swarm is starting to be such an insane spell nowadays that even that doesn't feel bad to steal. You love throwing out the Swarm in the fight.
Oh, the zip in mid. Shaggy in a lot of trouble. Does he have a Remnant out, though? When he puts one out now, looks to be fine. Sammy Boy was like 2 XP away from level 6. That probably would have resulted in a kill. Oh,
he's 6 now.
6 now. Has the wand as well. If he expends it, he will do so on the Spirit Breaker. So just taking what they can get for now. And Sun High on the run. Being pursued a bit here, but Divine Llama. The question is, how deep does he want to go? He is level 9. Oh, a lot of damage to Shaggy. Rain Sap is there as well, but Shaggy will live, but Divine Llama still creating so much pressure in this mid lane. He's actually continuing to pursue. Are you serious? Oh my god. From long range.
Classic Timber.
Love it.
Is there a hero in Dota that can give less of a fuck than Timber? I don't think so. Literally just whatever. You know, I'm just going to dive tier 2 minute 10.
Yeah. Now we're going to have the Nether Strike into the charge. Alex getting blocked as well, but here comes...
Oh, that's a good soul bind.
He's going to get leashed, though. Yeah, that's a big soul bind, but they don't really have any follow-up. Sadly for black and yellow. There's now 0 getting pursued again. Divine Llama looks to be unkillable. 24 stacks of reactive armor, completely maxed out right now. And still, just doing whatever the hell he wants in this mid lane.
In the meantime, Rises will take the bottom tier 1 tower, however. Although, just soloing that as TA, it's got to feel really, really good. His team obviously did a good job defending mid. Divine Llama is going to cut the wave here to slowly but steadily get some chip damage in, but it's going to take some time. Weaver is ready to more than likely cut the wave here. Jubei will run through it at least. Grimstroke will help out. And Jubei might actually die for this.
Yeah,
question mark.
Another zip in. Jubei gets nightmared mid Shikuchi, and the static remnant does the job just fine. And this is going to be another tower going in favor of Wildcard Gaming.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, looking at the net worth, still, it's not as much of a net worth lead as I would have thought considering the tower. I guess it's only a 1 tower advantage, so pretty even game then, all things considered.
Yeah, it's clear at this. Oh, hang on.
We have the charge. Searing Chains was there as well. Esk zips away just fine, but another strike's going to catch Sammy Boy into the bash to the high ground. And with that swarm, looks like they will likely be able to finish him off as Esk is thinking about going in. He's going to do so. They're going to clean up 2, make it 3 if Zero takes 1 more right click. And it's just a trade for Sammy Boy's Bane. They'll take that any day of the week. Dunhai attempting to TP out, but the Wraithfire Blast is there. Double kill for Devi. My goodness.
Yeah, they're really taking advantage. They're primarily taking advantage of Ember Spirit, right? Like, Shaggy just hasn't really got there yet. He doesn't have the Maelstrom for the damage output, and has effectively at this point lost the mid lane by a lot of net worth. Being 0 and 2, the Storm is 3 and 0. So this is exactly what you wanted for Wildcard Gaming here, is to get that snowball rolling on especially the Storm. And you asked if Timber needed to snowball. I said not necessarily, he just needs to get farm, but this is when it really starts to kick in. Now he's just the king of the map. They can't kill him yet. They will be able to a bit later. Nightmare bottom though, Sammy. As Found Rises, this would be the biggest kill they can get.
The help from Esk is here. Rises is in a lot of trouble. Doesn't have a refraction for another 7 seconds. And the Wraithfire Blast is there. A nice sentry ward placed to see him just in time as Esk looks like he's going to be just fine. Again, it's going to be a trade for Sammy Boy, but he's going to be happy with that exchange every single time. Triple Remnant steal there from Alex, but Zero will be able to charge away. Feels like Wildcard Gaming are getting every trade that they would possibly want in these little mini engagements so far.
Yeah, and this Timbersaw is actually proving to be a bigger problem than I thought it would be. He's just dominating an entire lane by himself.
And he's getting charged. They don't have the damage, like you said.
I mean, he's got awesome items, right? He went for the Yules, like we talked about, but then he also bought Hood, and he just has that much net worth that their heroes can't really kill him right now. I think the strategy you should try to approach with here as Black and Yellow is you have TA's Deso. I think you need to smoke up, look for a fight that's away from the Timber, and get the first pick, and then go from there. You can also technically burst Timbersaw here, but the Yules just makes it difficult. That means you have to get him in the stuns right like this.
Up Inkswell.
Oh, they did another strike.
Counteracted. He's going to get Searing Chains. They'll completely surround it. Still relatively healthy. Looks like Shaggy's the one taking the brunt of the damage here. Nice Soul Bind's going to take out Sammy Boy. And Shaggy looks like he will actually live some way, somehow. They're going to turn this around to Alex. So 2 supports killed in favor of Black and Yellow. But the hero that they initiated on is looking unkillable so far. Oh, Wraithfire Blast with the Chakram coming out. The zip in from S from the other side of the river. Able to take out TA pretty much right off the bat. So a little bit of a misplay there from Black and Yellow, staying a little bit too long. Now the charge in. Has to kill this Silence. Will do so, but there's the charge to counteract Yubei with the right clicks and the Swarm. That's enough to get the nice turnaround kill onto the Storm Spirit. A little bit of back and forth here.
Multiple mistakes here from Black and Yellow. So first of all, in the Timbersaw engage, if they know he has the Yules, which they should, he's had it for a while and they should have clicked him, they have to chain there with Timber, or with the Spirit Breaker, the charge into Nether Strike. He didn't. Oh, is he actually going to die here? Almost.
Gets the Whirling Death off. Zero. Charge up in 2 seconds, but the Chakram is enough. Just beautifully played. Baited out the charge and then Yulesed him before he ended up getting stunned and just set that up for himself. Very nicely done.
And Dota really is a snowball game, right? If all of these things mid go differently, then the Spirit Breaker doesn't die here, and we're looking at a totally different scenario. But you have to, if you do want to commit on the Timbersaw like this as Black and Yellow, you need charge into Nether Strike. He was holding the Nether Strike, and it gave enough time for Timber to Yule in between, and that in turn removed, I think, the Grimstroke Silence, and it removed, I want to say maybe it even dodged the Melt Strike. So they didn't nearly have enough in the tank to deal with them. Oh, done ice that again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before the Inkswell can even go off. Bursts from 100 to 0. Timbersaw at his best.
So here,
The
this
replay
needs
here.
to be another strike. So I think the reason he's holding it is that he's assuming that there will be enough time for the Inkswell to go off beforehand. But it's way off. Inkswell to go off beforehand? But it's way off. I'm hearing myself, Shannon. I'm hearing myself, Shannon.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under Radiant are scanning.
Hello? Okay, so I'm getting word right now that we are having a little bit of tech issues with Suns fan. I hope you guys can hear me, so I'm just gonna solo cast because why not? Rises is gonna die here to Wildcard. They're gonna try to chase after Shaggy. Nice sleight of fist, but is only going to delay the inevitable by a few seconds. Divine Llama cleaning him up together with Alex with the Fate Bolt. It's gonna spell steal Phantom's Embrace. We'll get charged by Spirit Break. A good Soulbind, so that's a little bit of a counterplay. We'll at least get the one kill on Storm, but he has the Aegis. Down goes Spirit Breaker. No problem whatsoever. Is there going to be any follow-up? Yes, there is. That is another kill onto the Grimstroke. So nice and easy here for Wildcard Gaming. They're continuing to snowball off of that off of that Timbersaw as well as Storm Spirit advantage from earlier on. And this is going to result in a mid-tier 2. Obviously, the Aegis came into play in a big way there. That has been expended, but an 11k gold lead now at 20 minutes. I loved that Dire lineup, and I still do, but it has just not worked out in this game the way they wanted with the laning in particular. Or rather, let's say the laning went okay, but the following 5 minutes after the laning stage was a total travesty, especially the guy in the camera right now, Divine Llama, doing all sorts of work around the map on that Timbersaw. Now he's half in the camera. Now he's back to 0. And, well, this is the guy we were hoping to have a big performance from. Black and Yellow Rises has been relatively quiet this game. Not really too much to show for it. It's sitting at 2-3 and 2. 250 CS is nice. The farm is there, but the team fights just haven't worked out the way they were hoping. They do get eyes on Divine Llama. This is an almost impossible kill. Nightmare comes out from Sammy. Will get charged, though. Now he can't defensively Nightmare when he's used that like this, and that should be an easy kill for Rises. So a good start to the fight for Black and Yellow. Get rid of the silence there onto Rises. Looking to turn around onto Divine Llama. Needs to be a little bit careful here, perhaps, not to overextend, but they think twice of it. They're 5 against 1, and they don't dare to go on him because of the possible repercussions of a backup play coming in from the Storm Spirit. They're just chilling. Onto Alex we go. He has stolen Refraction. Nice telekinesis, actually. A little bit fortunate there that it drops him onto Zero, who was charging in. Don't know if that was necessarily on purpose. Huge burst damage coming in from Divine Llama. There comes the Storm Spirit Ball. Lightning is going to connect on Rises. Do they have detection? They don't currently. They're just going to kill the Weaver first, though, and then turn their attention to Rises, and that's going to be no problem. Down he goes. Shaggy, last living member, has 1 Remnant. I don't think he has a defensive Remnant out right now. Hey, he does, but that's a very weak one. And that is going to be a full team wipe for Wildcard Gaming, now sitting at a 13,000 gold lead. And they're going to very easily continue to push this wave down mid. So we're going to get a replay of this here. So we see nice Refraction, very clutch there from Alex, getting it off before the Meld Strike hits. And there, the telekinesis drop onto the charging Spirit Breaker. He gets Yuled and gets burst immediately by the Divine Llama. And even the Soulbind got disconnected by the Timber Chain, so that could not have gone any better for Wildcard Gaming than it did. Beautifully done. And an easy cleanup crew for them. So we're coming back to live. 13,000 is still the lead, so nothing has changed in the duration of that replay, except this bottom tower will fall. We're seeing the Halberd now picked up for Wraith King. Very common counter itemization against TA for strength carriers. You get the evasion against the TA's attacks, and obviously the big thing, the disarm. And another big thing is getting free kills for your Storm Spirit, who will grab an easy pickup in the mid lane onto Dunhai. And they're looking to high ground with that Flamethrower. Nice damage coming in from Divide, almost double killing here onto the Ember as well as Weaver. Ember toast here from the Orchid. And a little bit of a counterplay from Rises will at least get his hands on Sammy on the Bane, but it might cost him his life at this rate. Will reset. Divide Llama, can he get out of here? Nice Yule will get him out to safety. Oh, Shaggy's trying to chase. That's a little bit reckless, my friend. He's not technically my friend, I've never met him, but he seems like a nice guy. That wasn't too great though. And well, they're trying their best. The damage of T is just so negligible though. Zero finally gets off another strike, but it's just the Wraith King ult. They have literally got almost nothing out of this fight, and they're just gonna lose hero after hero. This buyback from Zero has to pay off in a big way for this to be worth it, but he's actually gonna cancel the charge. Too afraid of getting involved into these 4 Radiant heroes, and that's just another 5k lead built on top of what was before. Kind of pitiful when you look at the net worth distribution on the Dire. You're sitting at competitive farm rate on rises to the enemy carries, or cores rather. Both Spirit Breaker and Ember at exceptionally low numbers for a 25-minute game, especially the Ember. Has not been Shaggy's game. Rises. Oh my god, he gets sentryed out. Can they get him here? Charge stolen by Rubik. Dude, Rubik riding his staff looks so funny. All right, that's a dead Weaver. And that should be the dead TA. There's just not many good news for Dire here, except that there is a game 3. That's pretty good news. And they're going to go to it. Well, what do you know? Being 20k behind minute 25 is hard. And the man you guys see in your screens right now, arguably the MVP of the game, Divide.